The two gendarme officers that were killed by their own colleague here in the country's economic capital, Douala, were given military honors in the economic capital, Douala. Today we bring to you the emotional atmosphere that reigned in the city of Douala in this edition of the news. Also ahead, we take you to some localities in Meme division of the southwest region of Cameroon where tension continues. Several persons said to be fleeing their various localities, the localities of Kwakwa and other villages in Bongé subdivision said to be deserted by the population following escalating violence in that part of Cameroon. And in the second part of this newscast, we bring to you an exclusive interview from the Archbishop Emeritus of Douala, Christian Cardinal Tumi, who is currently in Kumbo of the Bui division of the northwest region of Cameroon. He is going to be expressing shock that President Paul Biya could be tolerating the current escalating violence in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Christian Cardinal Tumi is going to be saying that things risk getting worse if dialogue is not given pride of place. That is our headline. We shall be right back for the details. Stay with us. Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. We begin right away with the rising insecurity in the economic capital, Douala. Two suspected grave diggers that were arrested were today presented to media men and women. The presentation of the two alleged victims, who are 19 and 20 years old respectively, took place at the Gendarmerie Research Unit in Dokpat here in the city of Douala, as Manji Kankebro tells us in the following report.
There were two in number that were arrested by the officials of the research unit of the Gendarmerie Brigade situated in Dogbat. Suleiman Aliu, 20 years, who is the prime suspect of exhuming the carcass of a corpse, told us he bought the bones from a certain Ibrahim at 200,000 francs in Fumbot of the West region, after his potential buyer in Douala promised to pay 12 million francs CFA. He descended to sell, but the news got into the ears of the gendarmes element at Ndogbat neighborhood, who organized and caught up with Suleimanu Aliu and his aide, Ayanju Suleiman Badi, aged 19 years. According to the commander of the research unit, Mignono Dominic, the two will be sent to court before their possible transfer to prison. At the same time of the presentation of the carcass alongside the two victims, gendarme officials also displayed some marijuana and its seedlings seized from the home of an ex-convict. Unfortunately, the suspected drug dealer managed to escape, but investigations are on the way to track down the runaway drug dealer.
And in Bopi Gendarmerie Esplanade today in the city of Douala, as we announced a few minutes ago, honors were given to gendarmerie officials who died recently in the city of Douala. Amongst the two officers given honors today was the gendarme major Lima Elizabeth, that was killed by her own colleague Mr. Takem Wamba Rodriguez, that was arrested a few weeks ago, and he killed the colleague that was on the 23rd of December 2017 in the city of Douala. Colonel Mboum officiated the farewell ceremony, as Manji Kangebre once again tells us in this report.
It was a day to mourn by gendarmes at the Mbopi Gendarmerie Esplanade. Family members of Adjutant Chou Emmanuel and Gendarme Major Dudu Liba Elizabeth have converged to bid farewell to the fallen uniform officers. Gendarme Major Dudu Liba Elizabeth was one of the victims of Takem Wamba, who shot dead 3 persons last December 2017. Dudu Liba was returning home after service when at Deido, a scuffle made her to abruptly alight from her commercial motorcycle, only for her to receive a bullet from her colleague, Wamba Takem. When she died on December 2017, she has just knocked 6 years, 21 days as a gendarme officer. Her death came 3 months after her ward of gendarme major. Meanwhile, Adjutant Shu Emmanuel, who managed the Mbopi Gendarmerie Brigade for a while, died in an unclear condition. After the military honors led by Colonel Mbum, the 2 mortal remains were handed to their different family members for onward burial in Bamenda and Monatele respectively this weekend.
And in the southwest region of Cameroon, an elite in Manu is currently fleeing English-speaking Cameroonians to regain their villages and return from neighboring Nigeria, where they have been fleeing to as a result of the escalating violence in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. The Manu Solidarity Initiative, led by Victor Mengo, was today discussing on how to assist the refugees before and after their return. This is taking place at the time when tension is escalating in some parts of the southwest region of Cameroon, precisely in the Manu and Meme divisions of the southwest region. Reports from villages in Meme, like Kwakwa in Bonge subdivision, indicate that some dozens of houses were set ablaze purportedly by security forces. The area is almost deserted amid reports of loss of lives. We are currently investigating the situation with our reporters on the ground. We of course will be keeping you updated as soon as we are informed. We now talk about the deplorable learning conditions of pupils at the government nursery school in Sung Banjun of the western region of Cameroon. Noise is the order of the day in the classrooms where there are no benches, no structures for the pupils, no learning materials. It is practically a difficult situation for the teaching staff, which are equally the teaching staff that are equally calling on the government authorities to employ more teachers in this said institution. Innocent, as in the following report, presents the deplorable learning conditions of pupils and students, in the following report.
The town of Banjun has an attractive outlook with beautiful infrastructures, charming in the eyes of strangers who give a glance. Everything seems to be well, but not until one tours the core of the town. Then, dilapidated school structures will erase the beautiful notion of Banjun captured by the mind. A case study is Government Nursery School Sung Banjun, located about 500 meters from the central town. Teaching and knowledge assimilation processes in this school have been precarious for years. Only 3 teachers are in this institution, with each coordinating 2 classrooms, making the job tedious. Plywoods are used as walls to separate the different classes, holding in a single structure. A huge setback when lessons are ongoing. In the absence of a teacher, the situation aggravates. Noise produced by the young learners is unbearable. The harsh conditions, particularly noise, which have existed for 8 years, have not spared health conditions of teachers. This teacher complains of severe health threats acquired as a result of noise interference. She is compelled to visit her doctor monthly since 2010 for health checkups. Government Nursery School Sung Banjun also lacks social facilities like potable water, electricity, offices and toilets for the staff and pupils.
Dans ce foyer, les conditions de travail ne sont pas favorables.
Absence of tables and chairs for teachers only facilitate their tiredness as they stand for long. She complains of teaching in a school which has neither personnel nor a good structure. A project to construct 4 classrooms from the beginning of the 2017-2018 academic year is said to be progressing after pupils have been learning under difficult conditions. These people wishes the project is fast realized so that they become free from the noise-infested building they occupy. Teachers and pupils of government nursery school Sung Banjun are only obliged to nurse patients till further notice.
And away from that deplorable learning conditions of pupils in that government primary school in the west region of Cameroon, we now talk about consumers and traders of refined vegetable oil in the economic capital Douala that have remained vulnerable to health complications that they are so far exposed to, as the food commodity smuggled into Cameroon have continued to inundate Cameroonian markets, especially here in the country's economic capital Douala and also in the nation's capital Yaoundé. Our reporter Katrin Kone visited some markets in Douala, precisely the Deido market. She tells us more in the following report. Few days after the warning from the custom director on the presence of non-compliant vegetable oil in the Cameroonian market, some consumers and traders in the economic capital Douala are yet to understand the economic and health danger posed by the non-compliant vegetable oil to Cameroonians. At the Deido market in the Douala 1 subdivision, there exists a diversity of vegetable oil on sale, some locally produced like Mayo, Gold, among others, and even those imported. Most vendors complained of not knowing the different brands of vegetable oil not good for consumption. To others, consuming locally produced vegetable oil is preferable, except
I like soja, because it's light and it has a very nice flavor. So when I prepare my food with soja, I'm okay. I don't really like the oil coming from outside country because at times we don't know how long that has stayed before entering our country. At times we don't know how long it has been on the road before arriving our country. And at times they change the expiring date and they put another ones.
According to the vendors, custom officials should go beyond just sanctioning and try to do sensitization so people can understand the brands that are not supposed to be sold and consumed. And we talk about something else. ELECAM officials or board members of Elections Cameroon that are on the field to fine-tune strategies of getting more voters registered and collect the challenges of ELECAM officials and those of opposition leaders. Dorothy Njoma, leading the Littoral ELECAM team, held talks with opposition leaders in the economic capital Douala in a meeting that took place yesterday. The opposition leaders were raising the problem of lack of equipment to register the various voters. So far, 951,956 persons have been enrolled on the electoral register in the year 2017, and since the start of this year, close to 3,000 people have so far registered on the electoral register. We of course will be bringing to you images and details in our subsequent editions of the news. For 2 days now, the 10-man team of the CAF visiting delegation have been able to evaluate progress made in stadia, hotels and other facilities that are going to be hosting the 2019 AFCON Games to be hosted by Cameroon. Derek Jato in the following report tells us that the team described their inspection mission to the southwest region of Cameroon as satisfactory. His report.
The Confederation of African Football CAF members sent on an inspection mission to Cameroon have come to the end of their assignment here in Limbe, one of the host cities of the 2019 AFCON. And as Southwest Governor Bernard Okalia Bilai bid them farewell, the CAF team, though no impression is expressed here, but one thing is visible: the satisfaction that the delegation was able to happily move around, visiting all the previewed sport infrastructures, from stadiums where the best selected football countries of the continent will be converging for the best football romance, and hotels where sometimes strategies on how to conquer are mapped out. And as the nation now wait for the CAF team report to be made public, It was with traditional drum beat and cultural dance steps in satisfaction that the Southwest people saw the CAF delegation off from the region.
We told you earlier that the Archbishop Emeritus of Douala, in one of his rare outings today in Kumbo, it is situated in the Bui division of the Northwest region of Cameroon, has expressed shock at the level of escalating violence in the Northwest and Southwest regions of Cameroon, accusing the President of the Republic of Cameroon for failing to provide lasting solutions as far as the crisis is concerned. Christian Kadinatumi has expressed furious of that the situation may get worse if dialogue is not initiated by the government of Cameroon. He equally told Équinoxe television about the situation of refugees, the fleeing Anglophone Cameroonians to neighboring Nigeria, and the arrest of some Anglophone leaders in Nigeria. Let's hear him in the following interview that was conducted by our Kumbo-based correspondent Crisco Fon. In the following interview, he's going to be explaining the current socio-political situation in the two Anglophone regions of Cameroon. Take a listen.
That has been raised to dust and ashes by the army. And he was there with one of the people whose home was completely destroyed. So it is a reality. And I'm sure that if the President of the Republic knew what was happening, he would condemn it. But on the contrary, they congratulate the army for the good job being done and to bring peace. You don't bring peace by violence. Violence begets violence. I've heard about those destructions and killings of the civilian, and I think that has to be condemned. So my opinion is simple, that we as Cameroonians should respect life and the life of everybody, not only of the military. So that's my opinion on that. First of all, the military option can never succeed. When you are dealing with a rational being like man, you have to reason with him. That's why dialogue is always good. To listen to the grievances of the other person, even if you do not agree with them. So I think that the only way out, I am convinced, like almost everybody around the world, that meaningful dialogue where everybody respects the opinion of the other, even if you do not agree with the opinion. Without dialogue, I don't see how we'll come out from this situation at the present moment. Even though I hear that the government does not want to dialogue with the Amazonians who are outside this country, who would not have been where we are now. Cameroon, the Cameroonians, they're peaceful people, in my own observation, you know. So, in my own opinion, it's getting late. If this thing had been nipped on the bud, we would not have been where we are now. And I think at the beginning of things, they didn't take it serious. They didn't think it would be so serious. The people they sent to consult people, that is not dialogue. That's not even the beginning of dialogue, I am convinced. You know, dialogue would be like the tripartite. There were opposition members, government people, civil society. I was there at that time. I had just been appointed Archbishop of Douala, but I was still administering Garwa. And I thought that was a good thing, but it is sorrowful to say that the decisions, I don't think that the decisions of the tripartite meeting were really put into execution. So I don't know why should the president be afraid? He's the only one who has the powers. Others said, are they afraid to lose power? They want to get absolute power. That's not democracy. You know, democracy, you must listen to the opponent if you want peace in the country. And I think every politician should fight for peace in the country where he has the ambition to become the ruler tomorrow. You know, because if you win elections and the country is already in peace and pieces, you will have a problem to rule. So all of us, if you don't have peace in your heart, peace in the whole country, it will be an impossible country to rule.
That is the Archbishop Emeritus of Douala. They're reacting on the current socio-political crisis in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Of course, we shall be having an integral part of that interview in our subsequent editions of the news. They're bringing us to the end of this edition of the Primetime Newscast on Équinoxe Television. Viewers, so thank you so much for joining us. Wishing you a blessed stay in the company of our programs. Until we meet again, goodbye.